I'm Designator, and I'm working on a first-person shooter called Sanctuary Zero. And while doing that, I found myself confronted with a problem. I want to build a good game. Not a dream game, as everybody likes to call their projects these days, but a good, solid shooter. For that, my core gameplay loop needs to be, tuned pretty well. In order to tune the loop, I need testers, and those testers need encounters to test. But designing levels takes a lot of time, and I don't want to design levels only to later have to replace them once the loop matures. I had a catch-22 on my hands. In order to build levels, good levels, I need a finely tuned gameplay loop that I can build them around. And in order to have a finely tuned gameplay loop, I need levels. So would I create a bunch of bad levels, just off the cuff, spending time that I could invest into fixing bugs, creating models, and tuning mechanics? Or would I try to get close to a tuned system without testing and just hope for the best? And then it hit me. Procedural generation. It was brilliant. If I could make a system that would automatically generate levels for me and my testers, we could all just play the game, gather data and impressions, and have a perfect, groundbreaking, incredible game loop in no time. So I set out, watched tutorials and GDC talks, I read articles and started thinking about the details of implementing this, and all the while I felt like something was wrong. Yeah, I was doing the thing. The thing where I was about to spend weeks on solving a problem even though that problem doesn't need weeks worth of solutions. The kind of thing that kills projects. The kind of thing that blows up your scope so bad you'll find pieces of it on the moon. And then it hit me. Again, I don't need levels. I need encounters. Quick, short bites of combat. And they can be janky. The people who help me test are my friends. I can just tell them that there will be holes in reality through which they can jump into the void and that they're not supposed to do that. Please. And so, instead of spending quite an amount of time building a procedural dungeon-esque generation system, I spent an hour or so making a system that creates a randomly chosen room from a list of pre-built ones, each coming with a bunch of spawn points that would also spawn a random enemy from a list. Random room, random enemy composition, some ammo at the start of every round. No automation, just a button to press when you're done and want a new room. So, why am I making a video about this? There's no great technical achievement here, no pretty models or textures to look at, no actual progress really. After all, the final product is meant to be a linear, story-driven game, a little like, Half-Life. Well, I do think that it contains a lesson. Or at least it taught me one. Try the simplest solution first. Yes, sometimes you can already see issues with the simplest solution from far, far away. But I often fall into the trap of thinking, wait, this is too simple. This can't work. But here's the secret. It often does work. And when it doesn't, it can also often be fixed with simple means. Now don't get me wrong. Complicated systems have their place. But it is important to understand where that place is. And, more importantly, where it isn't. Hey, it's me in editing. Figured you might want to see some gameplay, so enjoy some violence. Anyways, thank you for listening to my ramblings. In future videos, we'll be looking at the process of making new guns for Sanctuary Zero, procedural animations for enemies, and how to create models when you have very little visual imagination, like I do. If you're interested in a particular topic, let me know in the comments so I can bump it up in the queue. And if you want to support me, please do subscribe. And I do hope to see you in future videos. Until then, have a good one.